Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. The Vampire Stream. We are back on the late night creep. This is the Vampire Stream. What up, Fight World? Your boy Ego. We working. Oh man, the grind don't stop. Shout out to Real Brother 32. Rise and shine. Yeah, man, it's the Vampire Stream. I just got back in. Got a little bit of wine. We having a toast. An Ego's Army toast. If you guys are still up for the Vampire Stream, toast to yourselves. Ego's Army, we did it. We just sipping wine on the haters. Oh, man. It's been fun. We just gonna get a look. We gonna do it right. Just toast and bask in all our glory. Listen, you guys seen the title on the Vampire Stream. Listen, Wilder Fury has reinvigorated the heavyweight division. Right? After Joshua Wilder, we waited months thinking it was going to happen this year. Joshua was supposed to fight 3 times this year. Now he's only fighting 2. And 1 was a unification. So, we can't really be mad about that. Everybody feels their time was wasted. We needed something like this. We needed something to bring us back. All right, David Carroll, you in the hot seat. Let's get it. He says, watch how I body this man. For anybody catching the replay. Ego, why are you always on Wilder's side when it comes to the Anthony Joshua situation? Wilder clearly doesn't want to fight Joshua. Should I even discuss this with him in the hot seat? See, I was going to do it, but then you said another dumb comment that nobody believes. So, for the people that are here on the Vampire Stream, should I even engage in this hot seat? Because I thought he had some real work. Just clap him? Okay, we going to do that. Listen, we just get rid of him. The fans tell me, they said just get rid of him. So we just going to get rid of him. I thought he had a real argument, but clearly he doesn't. Listen, these dudes are so desperate that they're just saying whatever. And it's so clear for everybody to see that they're just saying whatever to try to save face. And this is what we wanted. This is the best thing. It's like a game of football. You playing against the New England Patriots, Tom Brady at his best. He's looking sharp. He's up by three touchdowns. It's the 4th quarter. The end is near. You know what I'm saying? You have no choice as the opposing team who's down by 3 touchdowns going up against Tom Brady, but to make radical plays. You know, like if it's 4th and long, you still got to go for it because that's the only way you even have a chance to win. You know what I mean? Normally, the logical thing would be like, oh, it's 4th and 11, we'll punt. You know what I'm saying? We'll kick the ball off. But when you're getting defeated like Eagles Army is doing to them, then guess what? You have no choice but to go for it on 4th and long. You have no choice. Even if you score a touchdown and cut the lead to only 2 touchdowns, you have to do an onside kick because time is not on your side. Shout out to Real Brother, man. $20 super chat on the Vampire Stream. It says, I missed your stream earlier, but I watched it. Shout out to Eagle Army, hashtag the Vampire Stream. AJ is sad today. I bet you that. The thing is, Wilder versus Fury is the better fight. Chat love. He said a super chat love. Hashtag we workers. Shout out to all the Eagles Army, man. I told you this was coming. We just celebrate, man. That's what it is. Shout out to you for the super chat. The world sees it. They got to go for it on 4th and long. All the man fans, all the people who said bullshit for most of this year, now this is where it comes. Because nobody's backing up what you say. Nobody. I just seen, listen, we'll talk about it. Fight Hype got 2 interviews. One with Bob Arum. Guess what he said about Wilder Joshua? It's not what the man fans were saying. It's not what the man fans were saying. You still look like Lloyd Banks, though. Yeah, my bank is looking like Lloyd Banks in his prime, too. So, like, why do y'all care what a guy looks like and y'all are dudes? That's suspect. You blocking people just because they disagree. Not everyone hates Anthony Jordan. Oh, this is the same dude. Let me block him. Why is he back here? I ain't reading what the fuck you put. Stop it. We just blocked you. We got dudes coming back under ghost accounts for the second time after getting blocked. We got dudes saying I look like Lloyd Banks and caring what I look like. That's how you know we winning. They ain't got nothing to say. That's all they say. Who I look like. You stupid ego. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. The bottom line is, it's on. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder stepped to the plate. This is an enormous blow to Anthony Joshua. Enormous. It's enormous. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tyson Fury. He's up already. And you know it's later in the UK. But 6 minutes ago, well, probably like 8 minutes now. Let me pull it up for you. Crazy. It's crazy what happens over time. I'm gonna pull it up for you. He says, it's on, let the games begin. And he tagged Wilder and Showtime, BT Sport, and MTK Global. Look, Fury just posted that on his official account. Wilder versus Fury. I mean, it's a good fight. And it's a what boxing needed because we got shitted on with the fight that could have happened, should have. You know, all the people who are saying stuff like, let's say Tyson Fury, he didn't get a knockout versus the Pinata dude, right? He didn't get a knockout. That's not really his style. His style is not to just go out there. That's not his MO. Like some of you guys are so like inept when it comes to boxing that you get disappointed when things that aren't supposed to happen, or when things that are supposed to happen, you guys act surprised. Kovalev caught Andre Ward with a good flush counter shot, and Andre Ward went down. That is supposed to happen. If a power puncher catches you flush, you're supposed to feel a type of way. But people are, oh, what? You know what I mean? It's just, it's insane to me. You know, Tyson Fury, his MO has never been like he just load up with one shot and then you just die. And then, you know what I mean? That's even Steve Cunningham, who was a cruiserweight, knocked him down. And then he ended up wearing Cunningham down. Cunningham lasted some odd rounds after that. You know what I mean? But he got wore down being the smaller man. But Fury's never been this guy that comes out here and destroys you with a single shot. You know what I mean? At any type of level. I'm talking about a name guy, not like when he first turned pro or some shit, or a European level. You get what I'm saying? So why are people acting surprised because he didn't necessarily get a knockout? And the more I think about it, the more I believe Tyson Fury, it looks like he wanted to get some rounds, because when he started throwing some harder shots, but it was in spots, and then he didn't even really follow up with it. So I don't think he had the ability to not throw it. Like, it sounded like he wanted to go some rounds and didn't want to show his whole hand because he has a big fight. All he had to do is be victorious, and he did that in dominant fashion. You know what I mean? Usually you see guys A game when they step up. When you're fighting a known threat, a guy with a name, you usually see them train the best and all that. So I'm not worried about it. Tyson Fury did his thing. He dominated, won every round. And he's not a one-punch knockout guy. So, and he's not like, he's brains before brawn, if you will, despite his size. I guess people think because he's so big, he's just supposed to go out there and just destroy. But again, that proves you don't know shit about boxing, because Luis King Kong Ortiz has more power than him, and he's like inches shorter than him. Luis Ortiz probably 6'3.5", 6'4", but got cracks. You know what I mean? He got more cracks than Marish Weck, who's like 7 feet tall or whatever. So it's not how boxing works. You get what I'm saying? Fury dominated. He did what he wanted, and he controlled the pace, and it looked like he wanted to go rounds. But nonetheless, how you gonna be mad at Fury? He done what he had to do. Anthony Joshua, if you wanted to see 2 knockout artists, Wilder was ready for it. So why didn't AJ fight? Why didn't AJ fight him? Then it would have been 2 knockout artists. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got a hot seat. I think Anthony Joshua's promoter really wanted the Wilder fight. Your quote-unquote reporting seems pretty one-sided in my opinion. Listen, little shit like that doesn't affect me. You put reporting, I don't care if you call me a reporter, a vlogger, the money's still the same. So you could put reporting in quotes. That don't, because there's people who, like, let's say you don't think I'm a reporter. Well, surprise, motherfucker, I get paid more than the people you do call reporters. So how about that? But anyway, beyond that, what do you disagree with? You said I'm one-sided. So what have I said that's one-sided? This is two. We got a hot seat, people. I'm destroying these bums, one by one. April Winslow, guy or girl, whatever you are. What is one-sided? What have I said that I didn't cover a situation and look at both sides and it wasn't fair? Oh, we got a shooter too. Shout out to James. Tell me what was one-sided. See, we'll see if it's a drive-by. Do you ever go to the ESB boxing message board? They all say you're biased, bro. Strike one. First of all, I don't know what ESB boxing message board is. Second of all, I don't give a fuck who that is. I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? See, this is a common deflection tactic. You're in the hot seat. You're supposed to be telling me who's biased or why I'm biased. You're telling me about people in a boxing message board that are calling me biased. I'm asking you. You're the one that said it. Fuck what they talking about. They're not here right now, but you are. Deflection, strike one. Told y'all this is some easy work. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who say what. Tell them to jump in the hot seat. And possibly they have been in the hot seat and they got bodied. So that's why they're scorned going to a boxing forum to talk about me. Oh my gosh, my shooter's clapping you now. He said, April, you need to learn how to debate. Nothing you say is arguing anything worth relevance. So we'll see if this is a drive-by. So now that we got this, you referencing boxing forums, but the question was to you, not to the boxing forum. I don't even know what ESB is or ESP or whatever boxing forum you're talking. I don't even know what that is. So I don't really care about that. I'd be like, I'm not going to answer your question, but on Reddit, I don't care about Reddit. We talking to you. You the one that made the statement. So we'll see if it's a drive-by. Strike one. So April, what have I said that was non-objective and one-sided that you disagree with? East Side Boxing. Oh, I don't even know who. I didn't even know who that was. I know the website, but I don't be on forum. What does a forum do? You know what I'm saying? What does that do to me? Because a bunch of people are gathering. That sounds like some bitch made shit. A flock of people gathering to talk about another man that's not there. They just said, fuck you. Shooter, block him. I am slaved. You are blocked. That was easy. They can't beat me. They always show their true colors. You see how the truth always comes out. What I say you disagree with? Fuck you. Okay. And I don't know what they think that gives me more power, because that just shows me that you don't have a solid argument. You're saying fuck you instead of debating, and then on top of that, you're saying I'm slaved, who is a guy that got blocked on like 40 accounts. How do you think that hurts me? That makes me look better because it just shows that I'm TBE. Someone said, damn, Slave is still coming back here. Exactly. See, the longtime listeners, they know who Slave it was, and they know how many times he come back. So if it is you or if it ain't you, it doesn't make me look bad. Anyway, it's looking real bad for Joshua. Another thing that I told you guys. Remember, shout out to Real Brother. He said it's a forum for haters. That's hella funny. Another thing that I was telling you guys is remember when Anthony Joshua, he was about to fight Parker, and then Wilder was signed on to face Joseph Parker, and Wilder said that he wanted to get in the ring if Joshua were to win. Remember that? And then word got around to Anthony Joshua, and he's like, no, this is my ring. Wilder is not permitted in these premises without a signed contract. You know what I'm saying? But none of these other heavyweights have an issue if you interrupt their weigh-in, if you step in the ring. Do you get what I'm saying? Nobody else is tripping off of it. Nobody else put their foot down and said, Wilder was in the ring. Okay, it sounds like they have a signed contract or a fight. But Luis King Kong Ortiz knocked out Daniel Martz, and Wilder jumped in the ring, and they didn't have a signed contract for that fight. I know that for a fact. It might have been a thought, but it wasn't a signed contract at that point, because that was in December, right? When Wilder knocked out Spilka, Tyson Fury jumped in the ring. There was no signed contract, because if there's a signed contract, then why are they just now fighting? You know, we don't even know the date and the venue officially. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Joshua was the only one that had that prima donna heavyweight attitude, I guess you could say, about who can get in his ring and who can't. These are facts, people. That's just what it is. So all these things tallied up don't help Joshua's profile right now. Another thing, how is it that a British fighter named Tyson Fury, with very little struggle, a fight's made with Wilder? You didn't hear Tyson Fury complain about a purse split. You didn't hear about him say Wilder can't get in the ring. You didn't hear about him saying, I'm not coming to Vegas to fight you. You know, these are all things that happen. You didn't hear him say that Wilder's team took too long to respond and they don't want to fight. You didn't hear about some sanctioning body jumping in and saying, hey, this fight can't happen. Or Tyson Fury saying, oh, I got a doctor's appointment that day, I can't do it. You didn't hear these types of excuses, but we heard these types of things from Eddie Hearn and Joshua. Bad look, people. Shout out to Real Brother 32, $10 super chat. Shout out to Eagles Army and the true boxing purists that are real and support the real from this True Boxing 7. Ego knows. AJ is taking some major L's with Fury versus Wilder being officially announced. It's true. Like, you could try to justify it. You could try to reason with it. But like I said, I've been covering this. I told you guys. I like on some real Ego Valley Pac shit. I told y'all. When I first came out, I was just talking about Biggie. But people blew this up into something else, and I said, okay, we covering this from top to bottom. From top to bottom, and we not letting up. And they said they was with it, and they said they wanted it. So let's see how many videos they make opposing me now and saying the opposite of what Ego's Army's been saying now. Tell me more about how Wilder's scared of this person and that person. How is Wilder afraid of Joshua, right? But he's willing to fight Luis King Kong Ortiz, the boogeyman, and an undefeated lineal champion who's never been beaten in a ring, who's taller than him, in Tyson Fury in the same year. The same year. That's not the behavior of somebody who's just afraid or fearful. Real Brother says, 32 says, you called this shit months ago. I remember folks tried to call you out. Now look at you on point and vindicated. That's why it's fun to me. That's why we got our little wine and we having a toast and we're laughing at their expense. I was on the front line with this shit. I got called all types of names. Oh, you're a Wilder dick sucker. You sucking Wilder's dick good. Like all this stupid shit. Oh, Wilder's paying you. Right? All that stupid dumb shit y'all was talking. And now look at you. Look at you. And remember what they try to say? Oh, it's just you Americans. You fucking Americans are biased. You're biased, right? Well, guess what? Fight Hype has an interview with Bob Arum. They asked him about Wilder Fury. I did a video about it. I told you this is not. We at your throat. It don't stop now. It just gets worse. See, this is what we like. Ego's Army. We're like elite fighters. You ever see a fight that's good, and then the elite person shows their class in them championship rounds because the other dude's tired. The other dude's like tired and starting to slow down, not much on their shots. And the elite fighters going to the next level. That's what we doing. When we was arguing, maybe it was even kind of competitive. You know what I mean? When it was like this side versus this side, new media versus that side. And it was only competitive because there weren't enough interviews or enough evidence to support what we were saying. But now most of the cards are on the table and people see that. There's plenty of interviews and plenty of information and things to draw from to support the side that we were making. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we show our separation. We in the championship rounds and these dudes is getting toyed with. They're getting destroyed. All of their arguments are being annihilated. Bob Arum just did that interview, asked about Wilder Fury. He said, it's a great fight. Just gave it up. He don't have nothing to do with that fight. He called Joshua soft potatoes or small, some old people metaphor. He said he called it soft potatoes. Like basically, it makes Joshua Povetkin look like shit. But Wilder Fury is a good fight, good stylistic fight. He don't have anything to do with either of those fights. Why he saying that? He don't have nothing to do with Joshua Povetkin. He ain't making no money off of that. So why is he saying that? You get what I'm saying? I told you all this was coming. David Haye did an interview with Fight Hype. Right? Guess what he said? The question was like, hey, some people are saying that Wilder will knock out Fury within 3 or 4 rounds. Haye says, you know what? I can see why people would feel that way. I've sparred several rounds with Wilder back in the day. I've had him in camp with me. And he's scary good. He said, I don't think people grasp how accurate he is. He's a sharpshooter. His power is for real. I had to be on my P's and Q's. I had to be on it. He said I had to be turned on or alert or some shit. I forgot the exact word he said. He said I had to be like focused in there. Right? David Haye, cruiserweight, moved up to heavyweight, has a storied career. Fought a Klitschko even though he lost. Right? He's from the UK. So I thought this was an American thing. I thought it was just biased Americans. right? Remember when these casuals were saying that Wilder was getting rocked and destroyed by David Haye in sparring, so how could he beat AJ? They were saying these dumb things like that. But David Haye, the man who sparred him, he's not talking greasy. Like, that's what I'm saying with these man fans. Notice these professional fighters, teams, trainers, promoters, they're not talking like the man fans. But when it comes to new media and Ego's army, you'll hear things that I've said come out of the mouths of respected people in the game. That's how you know who's winning. How is it that Bob Arum will later say something that I said? How is it that David Haye will say something I said? But the stuff that they're saying, nobody who's respected is really repeating that. For example, oh, Wilder's a bum squad killer and all this stupid shit. Name what fighter or promoter or trainer says Wilder fought nothing but bums. He's the bum killer. What fighter or respected, especially someone who shared the ring with Wilder in sparring, who's calling him that? These other channels are doing it. You know what I mean? The old media channels. These casuals in the comment section, man fans, they saying it. But who's saying it that's respected, that, you know what I mean, has a job? Like, put it this way. That's a good way to put it. Who's saying it that has a job in boxing? Meaning, when they fill out their W-2s, boxing is a good portion of their income. Not like a little bit, like you get a couple money, a little, you know what I mean, $50, $100 here, like training sessions or something. I'm talking about like a good portion of your annual income is from out of boxing. What did Bellew say? I never heard Bellew say nothing. What did he say? What did Bellew say? He said Wilder's resume is garbage, though. All right, you in the hot seat. Political. You in the hot seat. So if it's so garbage, then why didn't AJ fight him this year? Knock him out. Fight the guy with the garbage resume, who's the only remaining guy with the belt. You tell me why that didn't happen. You in the hot seat. He's a great fighter, very dangerous, but apart from Ortiz, he's garbage. Strike one. You're not answering the questions. If his resume is so, see, and look, you just killed yourself. I just realized it. You said he's a great fighter, very dangerous. So let me get this straight. He's a great fighter and very dangerous. So what's the point of even saying he has a garbage resume if you just admitted that he's a threat? You see how amateur, this is like amateur hour. You guys say the dumbest shit. He's a great fighter and very dangerous, but let me talk about his resume. Who cares about his resume if you just admitted that he's a very dangerous fighter and a great fighter? AJ's scared, I'm not denying that, but his resume is garbage. Strike two. Because you keep talking about resume, who gives a fuck if you just admitted that he was dangerous? Who cares? Who cares if let's say he ain't fought no one in 1,000 fights, but you just admit he was a great fighter and he's dangerous. I was responding to you. Bro, you about to get struck out. Okay, using your dumbass logic, how do you know he's a great fighter if his resume is garbage? If you don't respect none of the names on his resume apart from Ortiz, then how do you know he's a great fighter? So he's beating up kids from middle school. How you know he's a great fighter then? You see, either way you're trapped. Either way you're trapped because it doesn't make sense. How you know he's a great fighter? If his resume is garbage, that means he ain't done nothing. So how you know he's a great fighter then? Tell me how that makes sense. And you're on your last strike. That's like a girl saying, "Oh, I know Ego's good in the sack." You had sex with him? No, he's a virgin. Then how you know I'm good in the sack? That don't even make sense. How would a girl say so and so's good in the sack if they're a virgin? and they never slept with him. And he ain't slept with nobody. You see how stupid this shit is? Oh, his resume does suck. It's garbage. Then why'd you call him a great fighter? If he ain't fought no one, how did he prove to himself, or how did he prove to you his worth if he has no good fights? You see how stupid they sound? And they try to go against the Don? Listen, that amateur hour don't work here. You got to come with some shit that makes sense to the people. We don't just buy. I'll listen to what you say, but I'm damn near not going to swallow that pill if it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Notice how he got quiet. You're on your third strike and he goes ghost. He goes black. It just fade to black. How do you know he's a great fighter if his resume is trash? How would you know that then? Because he ain't fought no one that impressed you. So how do you know he's a great fighter? This is why we just drink it, man. Just toast. You see how he just disappeared? I'm asking a question. This is a hot seat. It don't just end because you just disappear. There is no end. We will find you. Politico, where are you at? Answer the question. You say, yeah, his resume is garbage, man. I'm telling you it's garbage. Then why'd you say he was a great fighter? You caught yourself up. Politico, we're not waiting all day for you. And we're not going to forget. Everybody remember the name Politico. Someone say he sleep. Yeah, you gonna be sleep for real. Sleep on my channel. You ain't coming back. Unless you do a fake account. So good luck with that. All right, you got 10 seconds, my guy. Because now you're just wasting everybody's time. You see how he just disappeared? Do you see how they just disappear? Because he know he got caught up in a lie. So now he just, fuck you. I'll never respond. You see how they do me? All because you didn't want to make sense. You didn't want to use common sense. Listen, 5 seconds. I'm done. You've been on here way too long. Hey, shooter, get rid of him. Get him out of my face. His name is Politico. He just disappeared like they all do. No, stop the count. It's been way long. Stop the count. Shooter, find Politico and get him the fuck out of my domain. Get him out of here. He doesn't belong with us because it's not real boxing fan talk. A real boxing fan, right or wrong, can at least speak to their side. They can at least tell you why they feel like that. They're not going to just say some shit and do a drive-by and then peace out. Shout out to James Souza. Once again, these dudes, they think they could go against the Dawn, but they can't because they don't think about what they're saying. They just, it's like vomit or something. Like just, it comes out. They throw shit on the wall hoping it'll stick, but they don't analyze what they're saying. Oh, Wilder sucks. He's so wild. He's a bum. Then why won't Joshua fight that bum? See how that makes no sense? If you don't respect a person's fight game and they're the missing link to Undisputed, they're the only guy that could say I'm in the division with a belt, and you say you want that belt, you say you want Undisputed, then why not fight him? Why not knock out the bum? It's like taking candy from a baby. Why not do that? And then you be on with your career. And nobody would be giving Joshua shit if he did that. Go knock out Wilder, since it's so easy to do. UK in the USA, that's your money. You know what I mean? So you can fight him out. No, see, Ego's Army was never tripping about where the fight happened. We were just tripping that it didn't happen. If it wasn't going to happen. That's the only thing. I didn't care if it was in the UK. I can travel. I'll go to the UK in a heartbeat for that fight. You know, I'll go to USA. You guys know me. You know, I'll go to New York. I'll go to Vegas. I've been to Cincinnati for Broner. I went to 3 Crawford fights in Omaha. Traveling ain't shit. You know, I enjoy traveling. I get to meet a lot of y'all. You know, so people didn't care where it happened. But this is the type of logic that they implore and expect you to believe. Oh yeah, Wilder's so weak. Okay, he's weak. Then beat his weak ass. Take his belt. Remember AJ said we collecting belts? Exactly. You collecting quotes. Because you're saying it. So you collecting quotables and quotation marks, but you're not acting upon it. Wilder Fury just came out and embarrassed Josh. I don't care what nobody said. I don't care about none of that. It is what it is. You're being by whatever. I am what I am. I am whatever you say I am. You know what I mean? I don't care about none of that. Unless you're going to prove me wrong. But this is definitely a blow. Nobody's talking about Joshua Povetkin. Nobody's talking about DAZN. Eddie Hearn was claiming that 1,000 different fighters were jumping in his inbox. Yet he hasn't named any marquee fighter who's a superstar with a lot of momentum. Who? Name a superstar with a lot of momentum. Like, let's say Mikey Garcia or bigger. A guy who just unified with Robert Easter. Got a lot of respect. Got a lot of respect in game. Comes from a fight family. Undefeated. Multiple division champion. Name someone like that has the power, the star power of Mikey Garcia even. And the momentum of Mikey Garcia. That's on DAZN. Right now. Go. I'm talking about like activity, momentum. Mikey's been fighting frequently. He's into people's faces. People know the name. They know the brand. Name someone on DAZN that you would feel has all that. You know what I mean? Champion. Stuff like that. Undefeated. Nobody. But then they got the nerve to say I'm biased, but can't answer none of these questions. None of them. AJ is not a DAZN fighter. He's not a DAZN fighter. They're gonna put him on DAZN because they're drastically trying to springboard it. AJ is not a DAZN fighter. He's not someone that's gonna frequently. So, in bottom line, AJ is not. He's not a good example anyway because people's respect level for his brand has dropped. So he's not even a good. People aren't mad at Mikey Garcia. Who's mad at Mikey Garcia? Who's mad at AJ? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So name someone else on DAZN that has momentum. And that's what I specifically said momentum. AJ don't have that momentum. Because all the momentum he had is kind of dissipated with the actions of what happened with the Wilder situation. Shout out to James Souza. We constantly correcting these boys, man. They flabbergasted. They don't even know what to say, man. No channel mentions AJ versus Povetkin at all. That's what I'm saying. Like name like YouTube videos that are talking about AJ Povetkin, not like Sky Sports. I'm talking about like YouTubers that cover boxing or like YouTube, like freelance channels, not like somebody who's DAZN or, Sky Sports that's talking about Povetkin Joshua and not comparing it to Wilder, not comparing it to Fury Wilder or nothing like that. They're just on a standalone video. They're like, yo, Povetkin, like how, like for example, how many times has Anthony Joshua been drug tested? How many times has Povetkin been drug tested? What type of shape is Povetkin in right now? What's some recent quotes from Povetkin regarding the Joshua fight? Where is he training? Is he in Russia training? Like, nobody's talking about this shit. You know what I mean? Did he hire a nutritionist? Is he reflecting on his fight with Klitschko and Joshua? We don't know because nobody's fucking talking about the fight. Yeah, I haven't heard no updates. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't heard nothing. I haven't, like, even from Povetkin. Like, oh yeah, what about the Meldonium? What happened that year? Like, what's some updated quotes? I never even really heard his take on it. You know what I mean? People act like it's taboo. What happened with that shit? The Osterine and Meldonium. What happened? What's Povetkin's stamp? Like, Luis Ortiz at least gave the fans something. He's like, oh, I talked to the WBC. I got high blood pressure. And that's what it was. And his team came out and posted pictures and prescription. What happened to Povetkin? Where's his, like, you know, it's just like people act like that didn't even happen. Like he just, don't bring it up. What happened? I want to hear his side of that. Not like Eddie Hearn talking about Povetkin. I want to hear Povetkin talking about Povetkin. What happened with them drug tests? Like what, you know what I mean? What's the update? It's looking bad, man. Looking real bad. And I know Eddie Hearn didn't think, or like, listen, man, this is crazy. Like, you know what the thing is, when I'm doing videos and like live streams, I don't go in with the intent of like, yeah, I want to be right. I go in what's in my heart, what I've seen, patterns, what I've noticed, what I really genuinely feel. So if it happens to be right, God damn it, it happens to be right. But that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not going into like, oh yeah, da-da-da-da. It's what's happening. What we said, a lot of that came true, if not all of it. Told you Joshua wasn't fighting, what's the name, Wilder next. He would fight Povetkin. I told you Wilder Fury was going to happen. You know what I mean? When the rumors start coming out, I was like, no, this looks legit. It looks serious. And then what happened? Eddie Hearn, oh no, this is bullshit. Why would they fight? It's just a way to ramp up ticket sales. Remember? This is the guy, Eddie Hearn. This is the one that y'all want to believe. But why did Eddie Hearn say that? Remember, he said, oh no, that's bullshit. Basically, I talked to Tyson Fury 3 months ago, and he said he wanted tune-ups. He would never fight Wilder this year under these circumstances. Remember? Eddie Hearn just recently said that. So what happened? Block Harvey Dent. They trying to cause distractions. I'm not with it. Block Harvey Dent. It's probably somebody coming back with the multiple accounts. Block Harvey Dent. You two-face. We're going to put a dent in you. Shout out to James. Yeah, we're not playing. I'm not stupid. I know it's y'all coming back with multiple accounts and shit. This is what Joshua's in. A conundrum. We just gonna pour one time for the haters. Yeah, they gonna say you hating. Hold on. I want y'all to hear what it sounds like when you first start pouring. You notice they say you hating when you speaking facts, but they don't tell you how you're hating. They don't tell you what's wrong. They just put it out. You're hating. Okay. What do I got to hate for? We winning. We just having a toast. You're hating. I'm all right. See, this is how I know. I've been doing this too long. This is how I know what I'm saying. They're like, oh, you're hating. If you really had a truthful point, you wouldn't even have to preface it as, hey, why are you hating? You would just jump right into it. Or you say, you're hating because of this. But you notice that they just say, you hating, period. Why are you hating, question mark. You know what I mean? But if they really had a real life issue with factual information that they could disprove what I'm saying, then guess what? What would they do? They would say, that's incorrect. What you said, X, Y, and Z, didn't happen. Eddie Hearn never said that. But they don't do that. They just say, you're hating. We know what that means. Hate means you're telling the truth, but stop it. Stop telling the truth, because we're sick of hearing about it. We get it. You're making us look bad. That's what that means. Because if you go to a fast food restaurant and you order, let's say you're Muslim, you order like a cheeseburger, and the cheeseburger normally had bacon, but since you're Muslim, you don't want the bacon on it, and you see them attempting to about to put the bacon on your burger. aren't you going to correct them? Like, hey, no, I said hold the bacon. I don't eat bacon, right? You would just jump right into it and just say, hey, I wanted a cheeseburger, but I can't have bacon on it, right? You're not going to be like, why are you hating? Why are you... They about to put the bacon on your fucking burger. You stop. Why are you hating? You're hating on my burger. Stop hating. What are you doing? Quit hating. You're hating on my burger. You're not going to say that. You're going to immediately address the problem, what's incorrect. You know what I mean? You're not going to, hey, Wendy's, where's Dave Thomas? You guys are hating on my burger. Stop hating. I told you I was Muslim. Stop hating. You're hating on my burger. You're not going to say that. You're going to just jump straight to it. Hey, I can't have bacon. Please don't put that on my food. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers hating. Stop hating on my burger. Why do you hate on my burger so much? Question mark. Shut the fuck up. Please. Will you guys? Talking about why you hating on my burger? Question mark. What? What? Every time I come to Wendy's, you guys hate on my burger. Why do you guys hate on my burger so much? No, you would say, hey, it's against my religion. Don't put the fucking bacon on there. Or I don't eat bacon, or I'm allergic to dairy, or whatever. You would just stop the problem. So if they really felt what I was saying was incorrect, they would just stop the problem. They would say, you said that Anthony Joshua said this, but he never said that. No. Ego, you're wrong. You're not going to say, why are you hating? Why are you hating on Joshua? Question mark. Yeah, question mark. Y'all in question. Y'all looking questionable. All y'all motherfuckers. And we just winning. James Souza is all y'all ass. He said Hearns' plan backfired. They didn't expect this. Hearns himself said that Wilder would not get a bigger offer than $15 million for April. Wow. And listen, and see, how many times does a motherfucker have to be right, and how many times does a motherfucker have to be wrong for you to actually give them credit? Like, for example, Floyd Mayweather for 21 years beat motherfuckers. He beat everybody. So, okay, after he did it over and over, he beat Juan Manuel Marquez, and then let's say he fought Ricky Hatton, and then you picked Ricky Hatton and you were wrong. And let's say he fought Shane Mosley, did blah, blah, blah. Then you fight Victor Ortiz, you picked that wrong. Then you get to Canelo. Oh, Canelo's certainly going to beat him. He's certainly going to beat. And then he beats Canelo, makes him look horrible. At what point are you guys going to get it to not go against Floyd Mayweather until otherwise proven? Not saying Floyd is invincible and he can't lose, but certainly all of the times. And sometimes I know there's a lot of people that they go off national pride or like, oh yeah, I'm a Latino, so I'm going with De La Hoya, and then Mayweather beats him. All right, I'm going with Maidana because I like Robert Garcia and I like him, and then Floyd beats him twice. Oh, okay, I'm going with Canelo. Yeah, he's from a part of Mexico where my family's from, and then Mayweather beat. You know what I'm saying? So at what point would you get to as a fan where you're like, you know what? Every time I go against the grain and pick against Floyd, he proves me wrong, no matter who he's fighting. No matter what I say, he can't deal with southpaws, he beats Robert Guerrero. Say he can't beat with southpaw, he beats Pacquiao. I say he don't like guys with speed, he beats Pacquiao. He beats Zab. At what point are you gonna get it and just be like, fuck it, I'm not going against him? But that's the funny thing about this is they don't get it and they keep going against the grain. How many times does Eddie Hearn have to be proven wrong for you guys to get it? How many times does Eagles Army have to be proven right for you guys to get it? How many things this year only? Not even looking at my past work, you know, because we living in the current and the future. How many times do I have to get it right and say, oh, Joshua's not going to fight Povetkin. I mean, he's not going to fight Wilder next. And then he's not fighting Wilder next. Okay, I think Tyson Fury Wilder is legit, guys. And then it's right. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn's telling you kind of the opposite. Eddie Hearn said, oh, Wilder Fury, it's not going to happen. And then it happens. And then it's announced yesterday. So how many times do people have to get it either right or wrong for you guys to be like, oh, okay, this person, like, not even just Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about like YouTube channels too. YouTube channels saying this and that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, won't. Right? And then they get it wrong. And then they're proven wrong. in a major way, like E40 album in a major way. Like, at what point do they lose credibility? Do you get what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Cash TV. He said, "What's good, Ego? I like your channel, bro." Thank you, man. Thank you guys all for the support. That's all I'm saying. Like, how do you guys allow for people to even have credibility at this point when all they do is get it wrong? And then have the nerve to come to my shit talking about I'm biased. That's why, once again, we're sitting up here sipping the finest wine, having a toast, laughing at your expense, because I know what we're doing. I know the moves we're making. I know I'm not getting it wrong each and every time I open my fucking mouth. But the same can't be said for them at all. So that's what I'm saying. And again, you guys come, oh, you're being biased, Ego. Okay. I'm being biased, but the shit I said came true. Eddie Hearn's not being biased, and the shit he said didn't come true. He said Wilder Fury would not happen this year. I know because I talked to Fury. Boom, surprise, motherfucker, it's happening. So somebody explain how this works. I'm talking about the look. He said this is not gonna happen. Eddie Hearn says it's not gonna happen. And then look, it's happening. That's Tyson Fury's page. Let me see what Showtime Boxing's talking about. Oh shit. Showtime Boxing. Wilder Fury. I thought it wasn't happening. See, and y'all just want to graze over that. Y'all want to graze over who got it right and who got it wrong. You just, even though you know Eddie Hearn got it wrong, you want to graze over that and not say, "Oh, hey, Eddie, I thought you said it wasn't happening." You know what I'm saying? There's no accountability. That's what's wrong with the internet. No accountability. Anyone can say whatever. Oh, Ego, I'm gonna knock you out, and then I'm at the fight and you don't knock me out. No accountability. You know what I mean? Oh, the Wilder Fury is not gonna happen, right? Then it happens. It's announced. And then we're supposed to move on, like nothing happened, like we forgot what you just said a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Could never admit when they wrong. It's sad. It's Cursor. Cheers, Ego. I'm having a drink myself watching this live stream. Enjoying my night listening and interacting with the realest army. I'm proud to be a part of this new media movement. Much respect. Man, shout out to Ego's army. Without y'all, I wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have nothing to work for. If it was just like all these man fans, because I can't represent that. I can't. I'm sorry. So if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here in this capacity. I'd have to do something else. I'd have to mow lawns or something. Because I can't represent fake shit. I don't like fake shit. You know what I mean? So I couldn't be their representative. I can't be no coon and just say what you want me to say because it makes you feel validated. I can't do that. I can't be that person. That's why we came up with our own shit, new media. You know what I mean? People copied, people went against it. But that's why we had to have our own shit. I don't know how to be responsible for everyone's comments, but when it comes to Ego's army, trust me, I got y'all. You know what I mean? I want to bring y'all fire content, you know what I mean, some insight. Hopefully we get it right more than we get it wrong. You know what I mean? I don't ever want it to be like to a point like where we're like them, like old media where it's like everything comes out of our mouth is lies, agenda, propaganda, some shit that is later proven wrong in a month. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. Ego, when is the next live stream? I got to hit you up with some more super chats. This damn YouTube isn't reliable for notification. I don't know, man. I try to follow me on Twitter at Boxingego. I try to notify people on there when I'm going live. I don't really schedule them, to be honest. I know I'm probably not going to do one tomorrow because I'm going to the beach, or today, Sunday. I'm going to the beach, you know. Ego's army, we've been working hard, so I'm just going to relax tomorrow. The vampire stream. So, you know what I mean? You guys could check the replays. We just working, people. It feels good, but there's some damage control needed for Joshua. And Joshua, like, see, I'm big. The one thing with me I'm big on is not having regrets. Like when I die, I don't want to be like the person like, oh, or not even just die. Just when I get old, you know what I mean? And I can no longer do stuff that you could do when you're young. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person like, oh, I could have went to play football here and then I didn't, or I could have done this and I did. I could have got this girl, but I never said nothing. I don't want to have regrets. You know what I mean? And I feel like the way Anthony Joshua has carried himself throughout this Wilder ordeal, he might have regrets. That Povetkin fight's not a gimme, especially with all this shit going on. I know. I mean, you know when people are feeling you and when people aren't feeling you, especially as a celebrity. Like when Roseanne said that stupid shit about the monkeys or whatever, Planet of the Apes, she knew that people turned against her because she probably got death threats and all types of shit. People, you know what I mean, getting at her and inboxing her and all types of shit. Joshua has to know that people are like upset, and especially with this newfound Wilder Fury fight. I told y'all from the jump, like I made videos and people was mad at the title. Remember when it was like, I was like, Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn's plan backfired. Wilder's a bigger star than ever. Look. Hey, Block Soldier 94. He's trying to be funny. Block Soldier 94 EM. Get him the fuck up out of here. Block Anthony Joshua. Thank you. We just getting rid of all these clowns. Thank you. We got rid of them. This is easy work. Yeah, but I really think Joshua may have regrets. And see, like, it didn't have to be like this. All this because you let people, let people in your ear and try to guide you a certain way. And you know what the funny thing is? I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all want me to tell y'all? Eddie Hearn has done this before. And I'm going to tell you with whose career? Kell Brook. He done this with Kell Brook. Kell Brook was probably a bigger star when he was undefeated. You know, he was one of the top welterweights. People were saying, like, at the time, Errol Spence hadn't really fought a lot of people. So some people were big up on him, but some people weren't sold on him at the time. And it was really Kell Brook and Keith Thurman. Those are the names, you know what I mean, barring like Mayweather and Pacquiao. But out of the new, it was Kell Brook and Keith Thurman. You know, after Kell Brook beat Sean Porter. Eddie Hearn did the same thing with his career. Notice after Sean Porter, he started going to fight European level competition that we knew he was going to beat. Now, I like Kell Brook, but it's a reality. And the thing is, Kell Brook, I gave him a pass with the JoJo Dan fight. Right? Because he got stabbed in his personal life. Doctor said he might have trouble walking or whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's his mandatory. Plus, he wants to see, you know, how his leg, his mobility is like after being stabbed. I'm not mad at it. I'm a reasonable boxing fan. Very reasonable. He knocks out JoJo Dan in like 5th round or so. We knew that was coming. Satisfy the mandatory. Test out the leg. I ain't mad at you. But then who'd he fight next? Frankie Gavin. A guy who lost to Leonard Bundu, I believe. Who Errol Spence decapitated. Keith Thurman badly hurt in the 1st round and beat convincingly. I mean, it wasn't his best performance, but he clearly won, right? And Kell Brook's fighting Frankie Gavin, really? What top pound for pound list has Frankie Gavin ever been on? I don't even think he started at welterweight. You know what I mean? So big ass Kell Brook, that wasn't a good fight for him, right? Then who did Kell Brook fight? And keep in mind, he was supposed to Kell Brook. See, I remember this stuff well because I covered it. Kell Brook was in negotiation to fight Brandon Rios. Somehow that fell out. They couldn't agree. Remember that? Kell Brook, Brandon Rios, there was like issues over the glove size and all this shit. And this is all while Kell Brook is the champion. Like, damn, you won't fight Brandon Rios? Like, you're having issues about fighting Brandon Rios? Like, mad at glove size. He's already willing to come to the UK. He just don't want to get robbed. You know what I mean? He don't want to get robbed pay-wise and that. You know what I mean? The Brandon Rios fight fell apart. Kell Brook was supposed to fight Devin Alexander, I believe 3 times. 2 of it didn't happen because of Kell Brook got injured, right? 1 didn't happen because Devin Alexander got injured. But after the 3rd time of a failed fight, the fight just fell apart totally. Kell Brook was supposed to fight Diego Chavez. Some of y'all don't know this. Diego Chavez at the time had recently given Tim Bradley a tough fight. I think it was a draw or something. He gave Keith Thurman some work, even though he was stopped in that fight. Good fighter, brawler, boxer, puncher, whatever, power puncher. Somehow Diego Chavez fight came apart. Kell Brook was injured again or some shit, right? And when he got better, instead of remaking the Diego Chavez fight, they made Kevin Bezier. And Kevin Bezier was a guy who lost to Jojo Dan, who Kell Brook had already knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And it's all too convenient that Kell Brook got injured. He was supposed to fight Diego Chavez, and then he got injured long enough to the point where he was supposed to fight his mandatory Kevin Bezier. It's pretty convenient. You see how same thing with Joshua. You see how these fucking mandatories keep coming up for matchroom fighters like that at the worst times, because at the time fans would have way rather see you fight Diego Chavez, you know what I mean, who's given every guy. I thought he was beating Brandon Rios till he got disqualified. He gave Tim Bradley a tough fight and had Bradley's eye looking like shit. He gave Keith Thurman a tough fight. So I'd much rather see that than Kell Brook versus Kevin Bezier, a guy who lost to the guy twice that Kell Brook beat by knockout, Jojo Dan. But conveniently, Kell Brook gets injured up until the point where the Diego Chavez fight gets canceled, and now he's ordered conveniently to face another mandatory. These are all facts. So my point being is we've seen this from Matchroom. Like the excessive mandatory bullshit and like the inconvenient mandatories being called. It's all too convenient. Like, you know what I mean? All too convenient. And then now same thing's happening with Joshua. But the thing is he's not saying it's injuries. It's just there's negotiation troubles and shit. You know what I mean? Another similarity is this. Notice Kell Brook, when he was ordered, his mandatory was Errol Spence. He was saying Errol Spence was Jeff Lacey, the new Jeff Lacey, right? He was saying that Errol Spence, nobody knows him. Why should we make that fight? I'm looking for the big fights like Khan and Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather or whoever, right? And then you look at Joshua. Would he like, you know what I mean? It's just another group of excuses. Oh, he doesn't really want to fight, and I'm signing my name on the contract. And then man, come on, stop. And then your name's not on the contract. Eddie Hearn's name is on the contract. So it's like, Joshua, why would he even say he's going to sign it and then not sign it? You know what I mean? You got to look at people. You got to look at the character. Why didn't he say, oh, I have a contract to you. Eddie, he's going to sign it. You know what I'm saying? A man has to be congruent with what he says. Like, let me think. I'm the king of analogies. Give me a sec. I'll think of something real quick. Okay, I got one. Let's say I had a girlfriend. And my girlfriend is at the airport. She's flying into the airport, SFO. And I'm out of town covering the fight. And she needs a ride back to, you know what I mean, get home. And she didn't have no one else. So she was like, oh, do you know anyone that could pick me up from the airport? And I said, yeah, my brother. My brother will pick you up. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. I know your brother. Cool. He could pick me up. That's cool. Blah, blah, blah. I don't say anything else to her. She's at the airport. And then my friend comes. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up? Nicole, what's up? You know, I'm just making up a chick name. Nicole, what's up? Get in. And like, oh, Ego asked me to take you home. Now, she knows the friend. She knows the friend, so it's not like it's a stranger. But again, a man has to be congruent with what he says. If my girlfriend's at SFO and I told her my brother would pick her up, and some other body, like my friend, picks her up, it's just not consistent with what I said. Now, it still gets her from point A to B, but people have to be like, you have to let people know, stuff like that. Like, to me, like, if you say it, mean it. Like, if I said my brother's gonna pick you up, that's what she's expecting. She's not expecting my friend to pick her up, because that's not what I said. And I feel like as a man, you got to be accountable and congruent with what you say you're gonna do. And if that couldn't happen, let's say my brother's a cop, so let's say he got called into work, and so I had to make something else happen, then at least notify her. You get me? So AJ saying, oh, I'm gonna sign the contract, and then his signature not being on it, it'd be Eddie Hearn's signature. It's not what you said. Surfing the web sounds stupid. He said AJ fighting Povetkin. Is he afraid of Wilder? Nope. The plan is to make more cash. It's obvious. That's idiotic. That's idiotic, because how you gonna get more cash if Povetkin knock you the fuck out? So you know what I'm saying? If he beat you, let's not act like Povetkin don't have power. So it's an unnecessary risk. Unnecessary risk. And it's oh so funny. These dudes, that's why, man, some of these fans in boxing be fake as fuck. I'm gonna tell y'all why. When Floyd Mayweather was here and he was the cash cow, he was the one, and all the I done the livest gates. They hated him. They detested him. They said, oh, Floyd just cares about his money. He don't give a fuck about legacy. He's this and that. Oh, all he talks about is money, blah, blah, blah. Right? And they said that's why they don't like him. That's why they prefer fighters like Pacquiao and Golovkin, right? But then when you find out all these motherfuckers is trying to get the most money, Golovkin included, because why didn't he take a $15 million flat rate from Golden Boy? That would have been his highest purse, But all of a sudden, when it's a fighter you like, those same rules don't apply. You hated Floyd because he was just about his money, or he wanted to make the biggest events. But now you're saying, oh, Joshua, he just wants to take his time, so he has the most money. You know what I mean? You telling Wilder he should just take whatever because it's 5 to 6 times his highest purse, but you told Golovkin to not take the flat rate when it came to Canelo. When he was offered that from Golden Boy, he said that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Why doesn't Golden Boy offer him a percentage? He deserves it. These dudes is fake. That's why I can't respect it. You know what I mean? Because they pick and choose when the rule applies. Like, that's like, what if you went on the freeway and it says speed limit is 65 miles per hour, but it was only for black people? The black channels, they only can drive 65 miles per hour. We know these niggas like to speed. How would that be fair? The speed limit only applies to black people? Would that be fair? No, it wouldn't. So as a cop, unless you are racist or something, if the speed limit is 65 and you see somebody driving 90, if you're a fair cop, if they're black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, guess what? They get a ticket. It's not like, oh, it's speed limit only, you know what I mean, is only 65. Only black people have to follow that. You know what I'm saying? And everyone else can drive as fast as they want. That's not right. But that's what these fans do. Thank you for blocking West Road. These dudes are so desperate. He says, why wasn't Wilder fighting Wladimir Klitschko? These dudes are so desperate. They're in search of anything. Wladimir Klitschko is retired. Why are we bringing up fights, you know what I'm saying, from why didn't Wilder fight Seth Mitchell? And they be thinking they're new media with the points. They want to be new media so bad. They think they're thinking of these crazy points. Aha! Why didn't Wilder fight Wladimir Klitschko? If you don't stop Wladimir Klitschko, he's not even an active fighter. Why are you even bringing that up? What is that? What does Wladimir Klitschko have to do with today's boxing? You know what I'm saying? I could do that bit. Why didn't Pacquiao fight Edwin Valero? Let's talk about Pacquiao. Like, if Pacquiao didn't fight Crawford, because that's current. You talk, oh, he should have fought against Nate Campbell. Like, this is really an old argument. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't Wilder fight Vlad? Vlad's not even an active fighter. Why would I be talking about that? And this is what I'm saying. They want to be new media so bad. Yes, I seen the Shelly Finkel stuff where he says Wilder's a new champ and we're not going to be rushed into a Klitschko fight. He was representing both of them. It's not that hard to figure out. He was representing Klitschko and Wilder. So he made that statement. Big deal. Second of all, there was never, to my knowledge, negotiations for Klitschko Wilder that went back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Where Klitschko made a strong offer to Wilder and he said, no, I'm not fighting the guy. When did that happen? So where's the comparison to Wilder Joshua? Wilder Joshua were in negotiations and there was back and forth correspondence, right? When did that happen with Wladimir, where he sent a contract to Wilder and Wilder looked over and he's like, oh, no, I'm not fighting you. Exactly. Master deflection tactics. The Vampire Stream. That about does it. Make sure you guys check out the channel. This was a good Vampire Stream. Joshua turned down $80 million. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're talking about Klitschko and Wilder, but there was that fight never grew legs. And then, truth be told, I don't really remember Klitschko overly pursuing Wilder anyway. I mean, does anyone remember that? Please point that out to me. Floyd is a master, just a boring fight. He's not boring. You're boring. You know what I'm saying? All that boring shit is for the bird. He wasn't boring when he was beating Canelo's ass. That shit wasn't boring. Hey, block him. Block David Hernandez. Block him. He's just talking casual talk. I'm not really with the casual talk right now. Oh, he's just so boring. Like, stop it. You don't know shit about boxing. Wasting everybody's goddamn time. He's just no action and boring. Listen, press the action on him so you can get your dumb ass countered. Straight up. You know what I mean? Guys, there's a reason why he's lacking action, because they don't know what the fuck to do. And they don't want to take chances. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, even look at like Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter. The reason why the fight probably didn't end in a knockout or more knockdowns is because Easter felt the power and he felt what Mikey was doing and setting him up in the traps. So he was more kind of cautious. So that's how fights are. That's how fights are. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Mikey might have been able to get a stoppage if Robert Easter fought like he normally fought and kept coming to him, even despite being hurt and stuff. Just kept coming and kept coming. We not with that casual shit right now. Yeah, Easter got super tentative and gun shy. That's what Floyd does the same thing. He gets people gun shy because they don't know what to do and they don't know what he's doing to them, like setting them up wise, and they don't want to commit to nothing. Canelo looks stupid in there, and I love Canelo. I think he's a good fighter. Like, I love his fighting style, but he looked lost. He looked like a lost puppy versus Floyd. Fuck is y'all talking about? I mean, that a motherfucker clowned you when you punch like that into the ropes, and Floyd was like, Floyd was looking for the punch. You know how disrespectful that is? Canelo punched the ropes. And Floyd was looking for the punch in the crowd like, where'd that shit go? Y'all seen it? Floyd disrespectful. Oh my God. That shit was hella funny. Talking about no action. That shit was action. That was funny as fuck. Canelo didn't know what to do. I was born ready, punching ropes and shit. Mayweather was moving out his punches. Canelo was trying to punch him. Mayweather was jumping back and shit. That's what I noticed too in boxing. Most of these dudes is like babies, like crybabies. They pick against Floyd. You know what I mean? Oh, Floyd, Canelo's gonna destroy him. And then when it doesn't happen, then it's boring. You know what I mean? Then they go to the next abort mission, and they go to plan B, which is he's boring. He only fights for money. I hate his personality. Stupid shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm a spoiled brat and a little baby, and the fight didn't go my way. So now I'm going to talk about how boring it was. You know what I mean? Like Victor Postal and Terrence Crawford. A lot of people picked Crawford. A lot of people picked Postal because the fight didn't go your way, how you wanted it or how you perceived it. Oh, Crawford ran, bro. He was just running. Shut up. You don't know shit about boxing. I want to do a podcast with Roger Mayweather. You know what I mean? Somebody I grew up watching, like, respect. Not these casual fucks. He ran. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do Canelo like that. He entered the ring as a Mexican. Guess what? He left the ring as a Mexican too. Canelo was 22. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he was a fetus. What are you talking about? Canelo could have been like this, and I wouldn't give a fuck. He lost. He got schooled. He got dogged. And I know it hurts your feelings, but oh well. I speak the truth. I don't give a fuck if he's a fetus. Always making excuses. These dudes is so pitiful. Canelo was 22. Well, guess what? Floyd was 21 when he won the title against Gennaro Hernandez. I was telling old boy, bro, it don't matter. 23 does not necessarily have to be a bad thing. You making excuses. Mike Tyson was 20 when he knocked out Trevor Berbick. 22, 23, 20, all that shit. You know, I seen Devin Haney. I seen him beating up older guys than him in sparring. And he was like, I don't know how old he was, 15, 16 or some shit. And he beating up grown men. Like, you know what I mean? Not like hella grown, but like, you know, people older than him, 19, 21, 22. So what are you really telling me? Bottom line is Canelo didn't have it. He doesn't have what it takes to beat Mayweather, 22 or not. And he was actually 23. See, you don't even know shit about boxing. You saying he was 22. He was 23. Oh, you're responding? Okay. So I should direct that to Omega. He was the one that started this casual bullshit. All right, I'm going to put you in the hot seat. He said, was Canelo even old enough to drink in that fight, though? Yeah, because he was 23. So he can drink in America. And guess what? He's from Guadalajara, Mexico. So guess what? They start drinking when they're like 13 or 14. So yeah, he was old enough to drink either in America or in Mexico. So you sound stupid. And you don't know what goes on in Mexico because kids be drinking hella early. And he says that was a baby Canelo. I would like to see Canelo today against that Floyd. You sound stupid. You just said, was he old enough to drink? And I just proved that he was old enough to drink where he's from in Mexico and then also in the United States. So what's your rebuttal to that? My bad to Bando Ruffin. He's with the army, but he was responding. I thought he was the one making excuses, but it was actually this other dude. So that's my mistake. Let's see if he responds. Actually, you know what? Let's just block him. I don't have time for this shit. Just block him. What's his name? I'm done with these dudes. Omega Andy. Canelo will still probably get dogged by Mayweather at this age. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Because he has slow-ass feet. Styles make fight. Golovkin gets punched in the face. He's not really renowned for defense. So Despite how the fight happens with Golovkin, that don't have nothing to do with Floyd. Floyd's either lighter and lighter on his feet than Canelo. It's a whole different fight. You know what I mean? Canelo would still be lost because Canelo, he's not smarter than Mayweather, ring IQ wise. And if Mayweather fought Golovkin at 54, Golovkin would lose. I really feel that. If he fought at 54, 60 might be different just because Golovkin would be naturally big and strong or whatever. But if Floyd fought Golovkin at the weight he said he would meet Floyd at, man, that wouldn't be good for Golovkin at all. Plus, he would have to drain down to make 54. He might fuck around and get stopped. Because he would be like stretching his weight. Everyone's, oh, he's a small middleweight. But when you ain't had to make that type of weight, and Floyd would be at like, you know what I mean? Floyd could come in at a comfortable like 152 or something. And Golovkin's slow. And Golovkin would have definitely lost to Andre Ward at 68. That wouldn't be good. I think Andre Ward would have stopped Golovkin. It'd be like Chad Dawson versus Ward. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that would be his ideal weight. And then plus Mayweather would be like, Mayweather's smart. He would move on Golovkin, and Golovkin is way slower than Mayweather. All that like trying to speed up to catch. I don't know. I don't think he's catching Floyd. And Canelo's defense is not even as sharp as Floyd. So Mayweather would be like countering with that. He would be able to tell. Golovkin would look more telegraphed to him. But anyway, that's all like fantasy bullshit. So I don't really care about that. I'm just reading some of y'all comments. Y'all funny. Smash the like button, people. Yeah, it's funny how y'all don't put pressure on certain fighters. Like Triple G to fight Ward. No pressure. People are like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. But be quick to tell Mayweather he got to move to 60 to fight Triple G after 21 years in the sport. Some of y'all full of shit. I'm out. Let me know what you guys think. Wilder Fury's still in the show. Reinvigorated the heavyweight division and restored the faith. A lot of people were upset with the negotiations. Joshua versus Wilder not happening. Now we have something to look forward to. Holla at me. Peace out, y'all. The Vampire.